What is going on, everybody? And today we're going to be doing a review of one of the best kayaks for under $800. Alright, so we're going to start up front here. We have a molded in handle. We have one up front and two on each side, which makes putting this into like the bed of a truck or on a like a rack on the top of your car makes it much easier. It is 72 pounds, so this thing is quite a bit heavy. It's not the heaviest out there, but it's, you know, toting it up and down, it gets pretty tiring after a little while. All right, so after that, we have their front hatch here. I can tell you I've had this kayak for quite a few months now. I've been out on the water quite a few times, and this thing does not leak. And I mean, it's got quite a bit of storage. It goes from the front here all the way back to the center console. So I mean, you're getting like about 3 feet, 3.5 feet of storage. And what's great about this kayak is that the storage that's here, there's actually the sides here, the storage goes all the way through it. So if you want to put like rods or I use a lot of my like extra paddles or anything like that, I store them in there and it fits in there perfectly. I can get them out, no problem. I mean, it's pretty good storage. Up next, we're actually going to go on to the center console. So from the center console, a lot of kayaks don't offer you this much storage as far as the center console. We have, again, probably about 2 feet of storage in here. It's pretty deep. It doesn't fit quite a Plano box, but I put a lot of soft plastics in here. But I have my phone, my wallet, stuff like that. It doesn't leak at all. It's all around great. To go along with the center console, we actually have a water bottle holder right here. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just a, you know, bungee cord on here, holds down a water bottle. But what I really like is this spot right here. It's a perfectly flat, smooth surface area, so you could actually get like a suction cup or an adhesive mount for like a GoPro or any type of action camera. And I mean, it's awesome, especially for us being out on the water. We can get great shots of us along with in front of us. So I mean, it makes for some awesome shots. To go along with the center here, we actually have the pedal, the foot pedals. Having a hard time. These things have actually like about 20 points of contact. So I've not really seen this on many kayaks at all. You can move this up and down and get it adjusted to exactly where you like it. And it's pretty simple to get clipped into place once you get it there. But I mean, short, tall, whatever you are, I mean, this thing fits you. All right, and up next, we actually have the assist strap. I mean, everybody knows about an assist strap for standing up on a kayak. It's for someone like me, I'm 6'2", have long legs, so this really comes in handy. I mean, if you don't have long legs or anything like that, I'm sure you could probably stand up without it, but I require this. So if you're about 6'2", 200 pounds, this is gonna help you out a lot. All right, up next, we have the track system on both sides here. This is actually one thing that I'm not too crazy about in the just the FeelFree kayaks in general, because these are their own design, so just a regular mount isn't gonna fit in here. You're gonna have to buy, well, they came up with a solution. They made a smart mount, which pretty much allows you to mount any type of thing to that mount. So if it's like a Scotty or Yak Attack or anything that you want, it's gonna be able to mount on there. So they came up with a solution, but at the same time, I wish they would just used a regular track system. That way I could have, you know, easily put stuff on here. Next up, we actually have the seat. Now this seat's actually great for the price point. For under $800, this seat is awesome. You can find some lawn chair kayaks, but you're gonna lose a lot of other stuff whenever you buy those types of kayaks. This thing's, I mean, it's got some firm foam. It's about 3 inches thick. I mean, with the back strap here for lumbar support, I don't feel a thing when I'm out in the water, and we spend 5-6 hours, sometimes more than that, out on the water. And this is pretty great. And I almost forgot, one of the most important features of this kayak is actually its standing platform. This is some thick foam. I mean, it's very sturdy. You don't get tired standing up on this. And what's awesome is that this kayak is about 33 inches wide. I think it's either 33 or 32 inches wide. And I mean, this thing it's stable. It doesn't have a walking platform, but with this with the standing platform, I'm able to get up. I can turn around and get into my milk crate. I've actually walked from the standing platform all the way to the front of the kayak to get off, and it was no problem at all. I've actually heard of people sitting on the front of their kayaks when they're in rivers. If they can sit in the front of their kayak when they're in rivers, I could probably do jumping jacks on the standing platform. Next up, we actually have just some side pouches, awesome for some, like I put usually my pliers in here, a couple soft plastics if they're not in here, like something that I'm using right then, so I can just switch it out. Some bullet sinkers sometimes go in here, just something that I need on hand right there. After that, we actually got some water bottle holders. Unlike the lure, this has actually got almost a full circle, so they fit in here. Like they don't rattle around. They're pretty nice, snug. I mean, I like to have some coffee sometimes. and it's pretty nice on the water. Up next, if we go to the back of the kayak here, we actually have some flush rod mounts, and we have some rod leashes. These come in handy. I don't really use them too much, but I know a lot of people that do, that have, I guess they're more useful on like a less stable kayak, because if you tip or if you're in a little bit of waves or anything like that and you lose a rod, these are going to save them. So they're always good to have, but with this kayak they're not really needed. And in the back right here we have another hatch. I think this is only in the Moken. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is only in the Moken. And this is like similar to the front. It's a lot smaller in diameter, but it runs all the way up through the kayak. So sometimes I'll if I don't put up my rods in the front, I'll actually put them in this because they're easier. It's easier to grab them out of here. So really that's it for right here. To go on to the back, we move to what I love about this kayak is it's got these straps. These are specifically, in this area, is specifically designed to fit a crate, and they just strap on, they hold it in tight. You don't need no bungee cords, you don't need to zip tie it in anywhere. It just fits perfectly in here. You don't have to worry about nothing. Take it out whenever you put it in your truck or when you're home or something like that, put it right back in, it takes 5 seconds. To the back of the kayak, we actually have the track system that's in the front, and this time we got the bungee cords. This helps a lot. I typically put like my life jacket in here, or some food. If I'm taking food out, I'll put it back here, so whenever I pull off somewhere, I can come back here and I can grab it. I mean, what can you say? It's a bungee system in the back with the track system. To the very rear, you actually have, they don't have a molded in handle here. They have just a strap handle, but it's pretty comfortable. Me and Colton are carrying this thing all the time. It's no problem at all. All right, and after that, we actually have the thing that I love most about this kayak, and what probably most people know about FeelFree in general. They have a built-in rudder system back here where you can just put a rudder, which they sell their own, and then it has these gaskets on the back that run the line for the rudder, like the cable, all the way to the front and out to the pedals. And in the pedals, there's there's 2 brackets that actually hold that rudder system, so that you just move your feet up, right, left, and I mean, it makes it awesome. Everybody knows about FeelFree, knows about that rudder system. All right, and the last thing about this kayak is actually the wheel and the keel down here. It's a very heavy-duty wheel, and it saves you a lot of time and money. I mean, you don't have to scrape your kayak on the bottom against rocks, gravel, asphalt. I mean, this thing saves you in the long run. And also, you don't have to buy an aftermarket like wheel system that can run between $30 up to $100 depending on what you get. This thing has been amazing. So again, I cannot suggest this kayak enough to you all. This is the FeelFree Moken 12.5. It's roughly 12.5 feet long, 33 inches wide, 72 pounds. I mean, if you all are thinking about a kayak in this price range, I'm telling you, this is probably hands down the best kayak that you can get.